The lack of people who have zero savings in this country are mind blowing. Guys, I remember a couple weeks ago, I was having a conversation with someone. I believe we was at Walgreens or something like that. And we had a conversation about the World Cup. And then they brought up how their bank was closing and things like that. And then they said how they would have to move cash out. Then they brought up how they don't have no savings and life has been very tough for them and things of that nature. And it's been tough for them financially and things like that. It just made me think how that's the case for many Americans today. The reason why many Americans are struggling in today is because they have so much debt and they have zero savings. Guys, I was looking at a study from InPower. 22% of Americans say they have zero savings. 22%. Now, it may not seem like a large number, but if you think about it, there's a lot of people on the planet. So 22% of Americans say they have zero savings. So basically, they couldn't even cover an emergency of even $300 if even the bill was that small. Well, in my opinion, I don't think an emergency would be $300 because we're living in some times where inflation has been going out the roof, prices have been going up, and things of that nature. But here's another study that I found. According to U.S. News and World Report, 43% of the Americans lack $1,000 in their bank account. You guys realize that having a savings protects you from a possible life emergency, like if you lose your job or a car repair or anything like that, just a medical bill or something like that happens. For my people who don't have zero savings, you guys realize that saving $1 a day for 365 days, because that's how many days there are in a year, by the end of the year, you'll have $365. That's not much, but it could possibly maybe cover a small emergency. And for the 43% of Americans that don't have, or approximately 43% of Americans that lack $1,000 in their bank account, or really for both of these people, I would say you guys gotta get to it now. Because I just don't understand how people could sleep at night without having no savings. Because the job could let you go at any moment. With all these job layoffs that's been going on, your job could let you go at any moment. That's always something you gotta think about whenever you're working for someone. They could let you go at any moment. A layoff or anything. Because so many job layoffs have been happening in 2026. It's crazy to me. The lack of savings in America is a big problem. But yet, we're still in credit card debt. We're still in car notes. The average car payment in America is $750 a month. So we could spend $750 on something that's depreciating monthly just for transportation from point A to point B on average. And that's not even, and that's before gas, maintenance, and insurance and things like that, and repairs. And we could carry balances over from month to month to month. We can go into massive credit card debt. Us as Americans, we're so quick to spend, but we're not quick to save. We don't pay ourselves first. As soon as we get our paycheck, Some people will just spend it and hope they have enough money for bills even. And if they don't have enough money for bills, what makes you think they're going to have enough money to even save at the end of the month? I believe it's 57% of Americans, they say they're living check to check. Basically have no money for savings. But it's just crazy. And yet we have so many people complaining about the economy. But those same people lack discipline to save. You can't complain if you're not problem solving. It's okay to vent. It's okay to come on social media and vent. But don't complain about it. You gotta be proactive instead of reactive. I'm all about taking action. Because being reactive is not gonna get you anywhere. But being proactive will get you somewhere. Being proactive will help you eliminate that debt and reach that savings goal. My people who don't have $1,000 in their savings account, first focus on getting to that, then bump it up to 3-6 months of living expenses. Because guys, I was just thinking to myself, like a metaphor even. So having no savings account is like swimming in a pool. It's like a baby swimming in a pool with no lifeguard. If something gets pulled from up under you, well, whether it's your income or something happens, you might sink. And what I mean by it is you might sink into debt. Whether it's a family member, unless they just give it to you, in that case, that was very nice of them. But usually people, when they don't have emergency funds and emergency comes up, they're going to have to put the emergency or the emergencies on a credit card. Credit cards, on average, the interest rate is 20 to 30%. And that balance starts to compound. So in that effect, you're having compound interest working against you. And one last thing, keep your money in a high yield savings account that pays you interest. If you have $10,000 sitting in a high yield savings account that's earning 3% interest, this is what the balance would be after 1 year. So just save, eliminate consumer debt, budget, and just save. Listen, I know times are hard out here, but that doesn't mean we can't still save. Because there are people out here who are still thriving, who are still living a good life, and you can too. But you gotta lock in.